Hey YouTubers, Hankster here, and this is not like really a rant or anything. This is basically it's going to be a advice slash TV show idea. I want to pitch out here to YouTube and maybe out to Hollywood or whatever. Well, first one, this is sort of a celebrity advice thing. I've kind of done this before with some celebrities here and there in the past, but this is directed towards Ariel Winter. If you don't know who she is, she of course plays the character Alex on the hit ABC series Modern Family. She of course plays the nerd girl type character. Now this is so I wrote this happen in this year's and last year's Screen Actor Guild Award, or the SAGs Screen Actor Guild Award. She came to the award show with a very sexy outfit. Now, of course, with a very plunging cleavage. Now, most of you people might not notice this, but Ariel Winter for the last couple of years has been sporting a very large chest, kind of making her the second actress on Modern Family with large breasts. And the first one, of course, obviously, is Sofia Vergara, who, of course, plays Alex's step-grandmother, Gloria, in the series. And of course, Ariel herself, of course, is 16 years old. She's just about to turn 17, I think, this week. And, of course, then she'll have another year before she'll be an adult. Now, of course, the question is, what's going to happen to her and her character as she turns 18 and everything? What are they going to do with Alex? Are they going to? If you notice, Alex is wearing these nerdy sweaters and stuff that kind of offset the fact because both her and Ariel both sport big boobs. Well, when she turns 18, will she become more sexually dressed? Will she try to outdo her older sister? I mean, it's a comedy series. It would be funny if she discovered, hey, I'm better built than my sister. Hey, well, I'm going to show this off. If she's going to try to do something that that would cause some sort of comical misadventure on the series. That'd be an interesting idea. Now, my major worry is with Ariel is that some feminazi is going to put into her head that having big boobs ain't going to be a good idea for her career, and they're going to try to convince her to get breast reduction surgery. I don't think it's a good idea, because I can point out a couple other instances in at least the last 20 years where very well-known actresses, when they were young, reached puberty, they got well-developed, and when they got to adulthood, they decided to get breast reduction surgery, and then their careers kind of went nowhere. And I'm not saying getting sexy roles or anything, but this kind of almost faded. First one, of course, is Soleil Moon Frye. If you don't know who Soleil Moon Frye is, she, of course, played Punky Brewster in the early 80s TV series of the same name. It's about this little orphan girl who gets adopted by an old man and all that. Well, right around the 90s, just before she turned 18, she got well developed, just about the same chest size as Ariel now. And I think there's only one instance she's ever did an acting performance with that look, and that was when she was on a guest episode of Saved by the Bell, and I'm trying to remember. It wasn't a good character. It was a girl that was trying to get what she wanted through a relationship she had with one of the guys on the show. I don't know if it was Screech or whatever, but and all. Well, shortly after that, she decided to have breast reduction surgery. Nothing too drastic, but to a little bit more normal size. And outside of her appearance as a best friend character for Sabrina on the hit TV series Sabrina the Teenage Witch, which ironically was during the last season of the series. This was on ABC. This is Melissa Gilbert's show. Freak. Um, sadly enough, that her career hasn't really gone anywhere since then either. I don't know if it's maybe because she didn't want to do anything else, or if she didn't get much offers or anything like that. It kind of makes you wonder what would happen if she left her boobs the way they are. Also, the major question, the same situation kind of happened to actress Christina Ricci. Now, she of course starred in quite a few hit movies. She starred in the first two live-action Addams Family movies when she was young, and she also starred in the first movie of Casper the Friendly Ghost. When she got almost to adulthood, she also became well endowed. And well, at that time, of course, she also starred in these quirky, independent type films too. So I don't have anything to do, well, I think she did get breast reduction surgery, and I think the only role she's gotten lately was she played the role of Lizzie Borden in a Lifetime movie. But you know how they like, women killing men in movies, so that's Lifetime for you. But she's not starring in the big movies like she used to do back 20 years ago. I know she's in her 30s and all that stuff, but she didn't have to do anything to her figure to her. I suggest that if Ariel needs advice when it comes to her physical attributes, turn to the woman who might know it best, and luckily she does work with somebody like that. And of course, it's Sofia Vergara. Here's a woman who, of course, got famous obviously for her looks, and in Colombia, of course, co-starring with a lot of fat guys on Latino talk shows. Here she is now, Sofia Vergara, starring in one of the big hit sitcoms of recent memory. So she's appearing on quite a few popular movies, and not just comedy, but a few serious movies, a couple serious movies as well. So she's not totally flaunting her sexuality. So that's just my opinion. I don't think that Ariel should just try to have a surgery just to downplay her looks. Just go for a while there and see how it goes. She doesn't have to play sexy roles. Just keep it going. Just keep it going the way she looks, and see what happens. And she might have a lot of fun with it, like Sophia does. Now, here's my show suggestion. Speaking of award shows and shows with red carpet events like movies and stuff like that. Now, if you notice, TV cable channels like E! Entertainment Television and Entertainment Tonight, and they'll sometimes have these special little pre-award shows where have watch the celebrities come into the pavilion where they have these award shows or whatever, and they'll have a panel make comments about what they're wearing, and it's mostly the women who comes in, because who cares? Because the guys just come in with their rented tuxes. And you look at the panel, and who's usually on these panels? It's always mostly all women, and maybe one or two gay guys. And it's always who's she wearing? Who's the woman wearing? Who's the designer and all that kind of stuff? And all that. And they got best and worst and all that kind of stuff. That's kind of the generic cookie cutter thing for these types of shows. My personal opinion is, why don't they come up with a show, and here's my idea, for these red carpet or pre-award show type things. Why don't you have a panel of straight men? And maybe a couple lesbians. These guys wouldn't, and even single straight men, not married straight men, but well-known or unknown guys that just sit there and they make their general comments about what the women and maybe even what the men look like. they could probably make their funny comments. It's not just going to be total sexist comments. You got to quit worrying about that. You got when the women and the gay guys do it, it's all fake. You look at some of these commentators on these things. They look like a bunch of hags and yucks. So half the time. So you get a bunch of guys, a bunch of single straight guys, who just go and they sit through these little things, and they make these comments about the women and see how it might turn out to be different and more entertaining and funnier than your standard pre-award show crap that we get put up with every year. It's the same comments, same choices they're gonna say, choices they're gonna make of who's dressed the best and who's dressed the worst and all that la-di-da stuff. You might be surprised about how individualized a male or a male, straight male, lesbian hosted show might be at this level. But that's just my opinion. That's just my little idea I wanted to throw out there. So I've been kind of wondering about these kind of concepts for a while now. And I hope you enjoyed this little advice-giving / TV show concept idea video. And just keep an eye out for Ariel Winter for her career future. She is pretty busy, not just doing this, but she of course also does. She does voices for cartoon characters like Sophia the First on Disney Channel and all that, and she does occasional pokespuns at Dora the Explorer on YouTube too. It would be interesting to see her play Dora the Explorer with the body she's got now, so maybe that'll be a future idea. But hope you enjoyed this. You can leave your opinions if you want here, and I might respond to them one way or another. And stay tuned here for more opinions, commentaries, and rants here on the Weirdo Network. See ya.